How's it going, everybody? DJ Neeks here. Welcome back to Season 1 of Telltale's Batman. Sorry for the hiatus in between episodes here. I kind of wanted to see how things were going to play out in Season 2. And so far, I think there are 3 episodes in. By the way, sorry if my sound settings seem different. I am trying out a new microphone. So forgive me if my voice sounds either a little loud or a little different. I'm still working out the settings. Plus, it's also been a while since I recorded on my PS4, so I'm trying to make sure the game sound is decent for you guys, despite my setup. So I'm pretty sure that the choices I make in this episode aren't that crucial to what happens in the next season. But then again, I'm still waiting for the last 2 episodes to see how it all pans out in that season, to figure out what the crucial choices and decisions from this season are that carry over to the next one. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start Episode 2, The Children of Arkham. Still working out my the settings on this new microphone. I'm gonna try and balance it out as much as I can. Still work in progress.
A revolution is knocking on Gotham's door. When this whole thing starts, make sure you're on the right side.
Mr. Wayne, thank you for opening your house to us. Together, we will change Gotham.
Huh.
Harvey Dent, Gotham's next mayor, and eager to know you.
Vicky Vale, not interested, and reporter for the Gotham Gazette. Carmine Falcone? Is the Dent campaign soliciting votes from Gotham's biggest crime family?
Your father knew which hands to shake.
So yeah, we're gonna get some follow-ups to this whole
Don't
thing
you know
about
not to
his,
corner a wild
father.
animal? It's dangerous. Bye, Bat.
Ouch!
This is Selina.
How many?
Cap?
I'd have to count the pieces. Falcone's calling card.
The chemicals. Where are they? We're all being played here, including you. Ah, Christ almighty! It's the Waynes. Well, the Waynes are the biggest gangsters in Gotham.
Isn't it fascinating that even though Batman has been around since, what, the 1930s, that we still find ways to mess around and change up the lore about how it all started, how it all began? You notice that? How many like to take liberties with the lore, and it's hard to now say what is established lore and what is not now with Batman, because you see so many different iterations of it getting changed up. Like his parents were, or at least his dad, were not as squeaky clean as we thought they were.
You don't have to do this.
Only you now, Master Bruce.
Now, if I recall, the last time I tried this out, there was a pretty nasty bug that happened in this particular scene of the game. So if it happens again, I apologize. but I don't know if they patched it or not. Let's find out. Crime Alley, 5:38 a.m.
I thought I might find you here. The news was upsetting for both of us. But you should see this. I know you come here for solitude, Bruce. More allegations about his ties to the underworld. This isn't going away. It's also public and messy.
People are throwing stones at my family, Alfred. I need to understand why.
It's my family, too. Don't forget that. I've been dreading this day for nearly 2 decades. I hoped it would never come.
Forget the papers.
Alfred.
I want to hear it from you.
The truth is, they were billionaires, Bruce. You can't amass that kind of wealth without making certain moral compromises. It's just not possible. That kind of money taints you.
My money has never corrupted me.
And I'm proud of you. But you're hardly the norm.
All the other
Hill
billionaires
greased the
don't go
wheels
around
of
dressed up like
politics.
bats.
Falcone was the muscle. Thomas legitimized the whole enterprise with his name. Your father, Hamilton Hill, and Falcone, they were partners. Nothing happened in Gotham without them knowing.
They work together.
Working with Falcone and Hill. I expected a regular accounting, not a pact with the devil.
Your father was a good man in many ways, but this was his undoing.
His fatal mistake.
I want you to know, I had my suitcases ready. I couldn't stand to be around your father anymore.
Really?
But then, they were killed, and you were all alone. And I just couldn't walk out the door.
Aw, Alfred.
Everything I did, everything I've ever done, was out of love for you. I hope you can forgive me.
Aw. We're still family.
How could I hold this against you? You're all I've got, Alfred.
Thank you. I won't let you down again. This is the first time I've been back here since that night.
Believe it or not, there is
When
a
the police
path that you can go down where you just, like, are completely awful to Alfred. And to me, it just goes... It's so bad, because it goes against everything that these two are. I mean, if there's one consistent, it's that Alfred is always there for Bruce in the tough times, which is one of the big problems that I had with The Dark Knight Rises when Alfred just leaves. He's like, well, that's it, I'm out of here. I buried enough members of the Wayne family. But I'm glad that there's, like, you can just keep reassuring and building up Alfred. Because he needs to be that.
Called me to collect you. I thought they'd finally arrested your father. I couldn't believe a low-life thug like Joe Chill would have the audacity to rob and kill Thomas Wayne.
So in this version, it was Joe Chill.
He was simply too well known. Too big. Yet, there it was.
He had enemies.
If my father was that deep in crime, he would have had enemies.
Well, it's a fair assumption. You don't think. You always said it was a simple mugging. In 20 years, you've never wavered from that story.
Perhaps not.
I can recall every moment of that night in vivid detail. But maybe that's wrong.
Sometimes we block out things we don't want to face.
Maybe there was some detail I overlooked.
Yeah, see, now this is where it gets buggy. Look, you see the frame rate dropping? Yeah. It's because of these images here, these memories. It bugs
right
the scene
now.
out.
And what would the Batman do with his own parents' killer? The possibilities are frightening.
I take him to jail, just like any other criminal.
But he's not just any criminal, is he? He was stabbed to death in prison. No one mourns for Joe Chill, Bruce.
Interesting graffiti. Saturday matinee.
He just wanted to protect us.
He thought he was invincible. Sadly, he was mistaken.
I can't picture him as a criminal. Not the kind I deal with.
In that moment, he was simply your father.
I guess it's the case of good men getting tied up in bad things. See, I wish it was still that theater so I could be able to see what was playing. Because I want to know, was it the Grey Ghost? Because I loved that episode from the animated series.
I
about
love
the
that
Grey
movie.
Ghost being the
Saw it
inspiration
countless
for
times at
Batman.
that theater. How long did it play there?
Only when you wanted to see it, Bruce. Your mother arranged the special screenings personally.
I never knew that.
See, the
She was
screen
always
is
so good to
bugging
me.
Notice how it's cutting to black? Now, it kind of works because it's supposed to be like a memory, so perhaps you're not seeing things completely clear, but
Where exactly does the memory
it
end?
still feels like it's bugging.
With my
glitching.
father pleading, you don't have to do this. And the gun fires.
And after that? There are considerable gaps in that recollection.
Maybe. Do I really want to know?
My goodness, the frame rate drops from the scene alone are so bad.
Stay back!
Take whatever you want.
Nothing personal, just business. He told me you had
Look
it
at
coming.
that. See how it goes to black like that?
You don't have to do this. Don't walk on me. He's making
Look at that.
a mistake.
Ugh. How many times have we seen this play out? See how glitchy that looks? Again, it sort of
Bruce,
works because it's supposed to be
are
like a
you
memory.
alright?
Him trying to record
It wasn't a
things,
mugging.
but-
They were assassinated. And Carmine Falcone knows why.
Time to go pay Falcone a visit. Looked like a painting there. Hello, Harvey.
Getting you in to see Falcone like this? I don't have to tell you how many rules we're breaking. Don't get me wrong, I'm always here for you, but this could land us both in hot water.
But hey, it's
I
Rich
pulled
Boy
all the
Wayne,
strings I had with the lieutenant. This better not come back to bite us.
and I appreciate it.
Look, I get that, Harv, okay? And it means a lot to me.
I know it does, Bruce. It doesn't make it any easier. The last time we brushed shoulders with Falcone, the press made us pay. At least tell me what this is about. Look, I'm all for blind support, But I should at least know what I'm getting myself into.
I'm not sure, but I think Falcone put a hit on my parents.
Wait, what? Bruce, that's terrible.
That's why I have to speak with him. I have to know for sure.
Bruce, I appreciate you opening up to me, but just try and keep it cool in there. I don't want any headlines taking away from my debate with Hill.
Ever the politician.
We finally put Falcone in his cage. Now, well, thanks to the information
this
you
version.
gave me, Bruce, he won't ever get out.
Whoa, I'm sorry. Information? What information?
I assumed you knew. I was going to contact your office first thing.
I gave him some evidence against Falcone.
More like a catalog of his entire criminal empire. It's a case that'll put Falcone away for life.
Is that a fact?
It's the reason I said yes to this unorthodox request.
There you go.
Nice job bringing in Falcone. Yeah, that son of a bitch better not get off again.
He's not getting off the hook, Renee. Not this time.
Mr. Wayne, Sergeant Renee Montoya.
What's up, Montoya?
I just wanted to say, some of us police support you, despite what the media is saying.
Thanks, Sergeant.
We're keeping Falcone in the infirmary. He's lucky he didn't get roughed up more. I could tell Batman wanted to kill him, but he held back.
You don't know
He
that.
cares about doing the
you
right
don't know
thing.
that. Batman is a hero.
Whoever he is behind the mask, Batman's a hero to me.
Yeah. It's great to know he's out there watching over the city.
Kind of
All
plant
right,
that little
Falcone's
seed in Gordon's
inside.
mind.
You say what you gotta say. We'll be out here.
Whoa. Sound out of sync there. Wait, are you practicing to be a ventriloquist, Gordon? Episode 2. Wait for the big text. Wait for the big text. Boom! Children of Arkham. Right in your face.
The hell? Bruce Wayne? You must have some clout. My own wife can't get in to see me.
She's
Good
not
thing I'll
Bruce
be out of
Wayne.
here in a week.
We
Just
need to
like
talk.
every other time they tried to put me away.
We need to talk, Falcone.
You weren't so eager the last time we met.
Things have changed.
Then I knew you'd come around. Especially after the press got their teeth into you.
So you were involved, huh?
You're your father's son. Yeah, that's right. Tommy and I were close.
Ha!
More than friends. More like cousins. Going back decades.
Did you have something to do with his death?
So that's what this is really about, huh?
That shut him up.
The pup digging up a 20-year-old killer.
2 killings, and they were never forgotten.
You and me, we're practically family.
Oh, don't you
I
start.
thought you'd have figured that out by now.
Don't you start that,
Hey, I
Falcone.
tried to get through to you at Dent's party. Maybe I should have spelled it out.
Watch it, Falcone. I still see some unbroken bones.
Tough guy, eh? I bet you came to kick some answers out of me, huh? Your father, Hill, and me, we ran this city. Still do. God damn this pain. Can't think through it. Morphine's on the side there. Be a good boy and help Uncle Carmine out, huh?
Fine. Let's ease his pain.
40 years I keep my veins clean of any of that gunk. But you never forget the tender kiss. It'd be so easy to give me the whole vial, wouldn't it? Enough there to put an old dog down forever. Of course, you'd never know the whole story. How much of your parents do you have in you? What kind of son did Thomas Wayne make?
I'm not a murderer.
No, you're not. That's why you were kept in the dark.
Oh, really?
Much better, kid. Thank you.
Talk.
Gesture like that reminds me of your mother. Your father may have been the doctor, but Martha, she had the human touch. Think you got more of her in you, tell the truth. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know. You took her from me when I was 9 years old.
What, you really think I hired Chill? Sure. I worked with Joe Chill from time to time. Put a button on someone, he'd take him out. But I never ordered that hit on your parents.
Is that
So
so?
who did?
You can't trust anyone in Gotham. Least of all those you call friend.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Your parents learned that.
Oh!
They're waiting for you in hell!
Holy moly!
The bastard had to die!
What's wrong with Montoya? You see the veins around her mouth?
Hands in the air! Stand down! Get a doctor! Secure this floor! No one gets in or out! Go! Go!
Okay, well, that's it for Falcone. Was he gonna tell me the truth? We may never know. Poor Montoya.
We are in deep shit.
I'll bet.
I bought us some time, but not much. Word's gonna get out, sooner or later. Why would she do something like this? We had Gotham's biggest crime lord in our
Something was wrong
grasp.
with her.
I don't know. I hardly recognized her when she burst
Yeah,
in.
she had...
She was so different from the woman we met in the hall.
Something happened to her.
It's a disgrace. Another officer gone rogue.
She didn't go rogue. Something
Just
messed with her
doesn't make
mind.
any sense. She'd never do anything to hurt the department.
Falcone's case meant justice for 1,000 unnamed victims. And now it is a PR disaster. How can I run against corruption when our own cops are redecorating the precinct with their prisoners' brains? Listen, we gotta get out in front of this. We gotta spin it as best we can. Issue a statement saying that we have the shooter in custody. Details are still coming in and that we're investigating. The usual.
Let's get the facts
Slow
first.
down, Harvey. We need the facts first.
The simple fact is she walked in and shot him.
Then we need the complex facts, like how and why.
Exactly.
Lieutenant, Mr. District Attorney, Falcone's lawyers are here.
Great. That's all we need.
I can delay them for a little while, but we still need answers.
Tell me if she says anything. I have to know why she did this.
I need to examine her. See what got into her system.
Alfred, Falcone's been murdered.
Good God.
I'm looking into it, but I'll need access to the back computer for anything I find.
Connection secured.
Alfred,
She
I'm
has an
gonna try and
injection on her
confirm
neck.
some
You see that?
suspicions of mine.
Right there, you see it?
Fresh injection site. That doesn't look like blood.
She was injected with something that caused her to act that way.
Her veins, still visible beneath her skin. Alfred, I think I found the substance. Analyze and forward me the result.
Of course. I'll be in touch as soon as I have the
Of
result.
course, now the question is who injected her with that?
Where am I? Mr. Wayne? What's going on? Oh, but I got this awful feeling something terrible happened.
Sergeant, you have to think. What do you remember?
Oh, God. Falcone. I was hoping it wasn't real.
No, before that.
I believe you were drugged, Sergeant.
It would explain a lot. Listen.
But who drugged
You
you?
have to believe me. I talked big about hurting thugs like Falcone, but I would never, never betray the lieutenant. Everything is so foggy. I remember a sharp pain.
There's an injection site on your neck.
Then I just felt light, like I could do whatever I wanted. No guilt, no consequence. There was a voice in my ear insisting Falcone was gonna get off. And all I knew was that I had to stop that.
Huh.
I had to, no matter what. The reasons why I should've,
Can you try to remember more?
they were a million miles away.
You have to remember more, Montoya. Try.
I remember a hand on my arm, guiding me like a parent with a child. The voice, it was saying something about revolution.
Wait, isn't that what...
Cobblepot said something
Yeah,
similar.
Cobblepot said that. So he's involved.
I'm so sorry, Lieutenant. I've let you down.
We stalled Falcone's lawyers for now, but they'll be back. So how is she? Did she tell you anything?
Yeah, hey, don't worry about that now.
I found evidence that she was drugged.
I thought about either saying that
A fresh
or saying
injection
someone
site on
found
her neck.
Or got to her.
I was out of my mind, Lieutenant. Please believe me.
Hey, I do. Of course I do. Hey, get forensics in here. Now!
She remembers a voice saying something about revolution.
That's not much to go on.
Makes her
Now,
more
if you're bringing
susceptible
forensics
to
in, let's get
suggestion.
Bruce out.
Alfred, I gotta get back to the manor. I've got a lead on whoever's
Uh-oh,
behind this.
Vicky Vale.
Bruce! What are you doing here? My friends in the GCPD have been telling stories about some kind
No
of
comment.
lockdown.
Sorry, Vicky, I can't talk to the press.
Your lips are moving. Words are coming out.
You know what I mean.
Word is there were shots fired near where Falcone was being held. Know anything about that?
I
I mean,
said
you must have been
no
back there when it
comment.
happened.
Didn't you hear me? I said no comment.
Don't be like that, Bruce. Talk to me. Word is you turned over enough dirt on Falcone to put him in Blackgate Prison for life. A day after he showed up at your house. And now you're here. You can't afford to be associated with another scandal. I can keep your name out of whatever we print, but you need to give me something I can use. Who fired the shots? A cop?
Oh, I am not about
I can
to
tell
rat
by
out
the way you're
Montoya.
brushing me off that something happened.
No
Just
deal.
give me something to run with.
You're fishing. You don't have anything. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You should talk to me, Bruce. This is coming out whether you stonewall me or not.
Not about to rat out Montoya. So now are we heading back to the cave? Yep. I love the fact that the Batmobile can transform into looking like a regular car. So he can use it.
Either Cobblepot
be
drugged
free of
Montoya
purpose. I
himself, or
love that.
someone else is using his revolutionary rhetoric. Either way, I need to find him. Let's put our drones in the air and start a search. I'll run a trace on his cell. In the meantime, we have to find out what we can do about this drug.
The computer's been analyzing the chemicals from Montoya's bloodstream.
Throw that up on the monitor. The residue I scanned on Montoya is similar to the nerve agent I found for Docs. Let's see what we got.
It's ironic that Falcone died at the hands of someone drugged with his chemicals. Who'd have guessed that's how he'd meet his maker?
Huh.
Prone in his sickbed, surrounded by police who were ordered to protect him.
Wasn't justice, though.
Murder at the hands of Montoya. That's not justice.
Whoever did this was judge, jury, and executioner. No one should act as all three. I hope he told you something before he was killed. What did you learn from him?
He said we were family.
Practically family, he said.
Family? Funny, I don't recall any Sunday dinners with the mob.
Yeah.
It wasn't Falcone who called the hit.
Yes, well, I suppose that makes sense. Your father, Hill, and Falcone would have balanced each other out.
So him taking out one
Computers
would have been
pinpointed
bad
reference points on the two
for
compounds.
everything involved, I guess, is what he's saying. Alright, we'll be checking this out when we come back. Stay tuned.